here with Darin Viken, just talking about your journey here so far with Minnesota Crookston basketball. First off, just being from just down the road in Fosston, Minnesota, just what was your familiarity with this program and where it was before Coach Weiss and yourself got here, and where it's obviously gotten now.
Yeah, like you said, I was just down the road, not too far away from here, and there's a couple schools that in the NSIC that I like to go watch, and I would honestly just go to whatever NSIC basketball game I could, just because it was good athletes, and I like to, watch a high level of basketball. So I would go watch here and Moorhead and Bemidji, and like you said, seeing where the program was to where it is now. There's been a lot of changes, I believe, but still really good athletes, and the league is still really good. So hopefully we can continue to make changes and get better.
Just was it always basketball for you, or did you play football? What else were you recruited as while you were at Fosston?
Yeah, I played football and basketball and baseball. I was terrible at baseball, but I really enjoyed football, and I got a couple looks from some NSIC schools and talked to them about football. But really, I knew I was in a position where going to college, I wasn't going to be able to walk in and start playing in either sport, and that I would have to work and go through a lot of practice and that sort of thing. And I really enjoy practicing basketball a lot more than I enjoy practicing football. So that was kind of how I made my decision, and I don't regret it. So
Obviously your first 2 years you didn't get to play a lot. You've played quite a bit more this year, just helping the team any way you can, whether it's starting or coming off the bench. Just what do you attribute that to, and what do you think were the big things that helped lead you to where you are now as a junior compared to where you were as a freshman?
I think just consistently improving. I didn't exactly, know what my role was going to be coming in. I just wanted an opportunity. So I've, worked to improve my game in whatever way I can to best fit the team so I can get myself out on the court. And however role that takes, whatever I need to do, like, I'm willing to do it. And so, if that's, never shooting the ball or shooting the ball, getting on the floor, whatever, doesn't matter to me, just as long as I can help the team. So
I know the joke was as a freshman you couldn't really shoot much of a jump shot. Now that's a lot of what your game is. Just do you attribute that to just getting in the gym a lot, or what were the big things that helped you
yeah, I
find your shot?
suppose, like, in high school, I had two shooters on my team whose job was to just shoot threes, and so I didn't really have to, shoot any threes in high school. So now I've really had to develop a jump shot, because if you're not very athletic and you're not very big, you better be able to spread the floor by shooting the basketball. So I've really worked on that, and we focus a lot on improving our mechanics and practicing in the off season workouts, and then it's just consistently getting shots up in the gym on your own time. So that's basically how I've come about it.
You guys have had a lot of injuries this year. Just as a captain of the team, how much have you guys just really had to, keep the team together? And just because, there's only, 9 of you that can practice right now, it's got to be tough at times to battle through the injuries. And now you're on the losing streak. Just what have you guys really done to try to keep the team together and focused on, hey, we can't get this win and get back on track and possibly even host a playoff game?
Well, it's been a real roller coaster, because we started off really well, and now, like you said, we've hit a lull. And I think pointing to the injuries would be the easy thing to do, to say, oh, we're not winning because of the injuries, but I don't think that's how we should approach it. I think we're perfectly capable of still getting wins with the guys we have now. And like you said, we only have 9 of them in practice. Some of those guys still can only go, 75, 50% of the practice, because they're dealing with some injuries. But like I said, I think, I think we're perfectly capable of winning now with the guys that we have. So I think, pointing to injuries, I think that's just kind of like an excuse, and that's kind of the mentality that we have to have as a team, that we can still do this, that, you know, we're perfectly capable of going out and competing and getting a win.
You obviously have a close friendship with Aaron Holcraft. You know, I think you guys are you roommates,
Yeah.
and you know, obviously from both from this area. Just talk about the bond you formed, and you know, was that formed in high school, or what has it become now?
Well, I knew about Aaron from high school, and I would hope he knew about me. We played at like one basketball camp together, but I basically really knew about Aaron because of baseball, because he could throw the ball pretty hard, and you know, my team actually beat his team on, you know, one hit, and
Oh, wow.
he struck us out 17 times, and we still won. So, you know, that's my little bragging. I was in the dugout. I didn't even play, but you know, he's a great guy, and it's funny. We just had this conversation last night. Like he was saying that we're like complete opposite people, and I was like, nah, not really, but you know, I don't know. It's just really, he's my best friend here on campus, and you know, whatever, if I ever need anything, like I know I can go to Aaron, and we just absolutely make light of the dumbest things, like in the most nonsense, just whatever it is. Aaron and I can always have fun. So he gets to be my roommate when we go on, you know, road trips and whatever. It's just, he makes basketball a lot more fun.
That's awesome. You, along with Aaron and Nate and Chase, were, you know, really Coach Weiss and Beamish's first class here, first full recruiting class. Just how much have you guys tried to be culture changers and, you know, instill, you know, this team was used to a lot of losing before. Now, you know, saying that, hey, we can compete in this conference, and, you know, obviously continue to move the program forward, even, you know, set that precedent for even when you guys do graduate.
Yeah, like you said, those guys that I came in with, even the ones that aren't here anymore, they were, you know, really good players, and I wanted to be a part of, you know, changing something, making something new. So it definitely knew it wasn't going to be easy, and it's just, you know, you got to have the right mindset that you got to come in and work, and that's the only way that things are going to get better, is if you can continuously, you know, improve every day, and hopefully we're on the right track. Just like I said, just keep working. There's nothing else you can do really. Just keep working, be positive, and you know, set a good example for the other guys coming in, that this is how we want the program to be, and you know, we got to be an extension of our coaching staff in that sense too. So, you know, hopefully we continue on and get a couple more wins and get some more confidence, and see what happens.
Perfect. Thanks, Aaron.